Hey guys, in this video I'll be going through the indices laws. What I've done is I've basically stated each law down, and I'm going to go through a worked example just to make sure that the law makes sense. So I'll begin with the multiplication law and try and solve this question here. Since it is just simple multiplication, we can first of all just do the numbers first. We can just say 2 times 3 times 5, which is 30. And then to do the x terms, we have to use this law here, which states when you multiply two numbers which are raised to the power of something, you basically add the powers together. So in this case, we can add these powers together. So it's 2 plus 4 plus 7, which is 13. So the answer in this case is 30 x to the power of 13. Now the second law is the division law. Again, since we've just got numbers here, we can divide them straight away. So we can say 10 divided by 2 is 5. And then to deal with the x terms, the law states you basically do the numerator power minus the denominator power. So here, the numerator power is 4, denominator power is 2, so the answer would be 5x squared. Okay. The third law, it's not really to solve any of this, we're just writing what this is equal to. So 5 raised to the power of minus 2, the law states basically just to do 1 over that number and do minus of that power. So in this case it would just be 1 over 5 squared. Okay. Now the fourth law states when you have a number raised to the power of a fraction, that number here is rooted by the denominator. Okay, so what that means is we would say this is equal to the cube root of 27, which is equal to 3. This is what this law states here. The fifth law is very similar to the fourth law, because the only difference basically is that now we have a 2 here and not a 1 here. The same bit applies as in the fourth law, where we bring this 3 down like so and say it's the cube root of 27. But now, because we have this 2, what we do with the 2 is we square this whole answer here like so. So the cube root of 27 is 3, and square that, which is equal to 9. Okay, so that's the fifth law done. The sixth law basically states when you have a number inside a bracket raised to the power of something, and that bracket is raised by another power, you basically just multiply these two numbers together. So in this case it would just be 2 to the power of 3 times 4, which is 12. Okay, a point that I would like to make, which is a common mistake by students, is the following. If we had an example, say 2 to the power of 3 multiplied by x to the power of 4, and this whole thing is raised to the power of 4, what you have to do in this case is you have to multiply each power term by this outside bracket power. So it will be 3 times 4, and then this needs to be multiplied as well. So the answer would be 2 to the power of 3 times 4, 12 multiplied by x to the power of 4 times 4, which is 16. Okay, make sure you multiply each power term. The last law is the basic one. Anything raised to the power of 0 is equal to 1. So 5 to the 0 is 1. Sorry, I need to change my pen color. So anything raised, so 10 to the power of 0 equals to 1. 100 raised to the power of 0 is equal to 1. Any number raised to the power of 0 is equal to 1. Another point that I wanted to make was with the first law. Another common mistake that people make is that here the law states it's a to the power of n times a to the power of n. So we have to be consistent. These numbers here have to be the same. So this law doesn't work if we said, say, x squared multiplied by y squared. This is not equal to x y to the power of 4. Because these two terms are different. They have to be the same. Like here, we had x squared multiplied by x4 multiplied by x to the 7. So in this case, a is equal to x. Sorry, excuse me. Okay, so just make sure that this number here is the same as this number here. Now, the best way to go about these indices is just to do as many questions as you can, and I'm pretty sure the laws will stick in your head. So just practice, practice, practice. That's the best advice I can give with this indices. So I hope that helps. Check out my other videos, and thank you very much.